Two women, one closet. Yeah, we're laughing while we live it. We got stories, we got wisdom. Some things we probably shouldn't admit yet. Hey, hey. Come on in, there's always room. Pull up a shelf, adjust your mood. We're talking life, we're talking soul. From clutter to cosmic truths untold. It's two in the closet. Zero shame and lots of sass. Get comfy, girl, cause we're diving into the good stuff. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I'm Beth.
I'm Jennifer, and today we are talking about menopause and perimenopause. And honestly, when I wanted to do this episode, I mentioned it to you, and you're like, go deeper, go deeper. And I'm like, in my mind, how could I go deeper when there's nothing to go deeper? It's hot flashes, it's
You didn't know how much more there
right,
was.
moody, and you kept on saying it. And I said, okay, I will see what
What you discover.
what I discover.
Yeah. Today's episode of Two in the Closet, we are taking on perimenopause and menopause. But before we get started, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Share with at least one friend that you know who has, is, or will be going through menopause.
Yes.
Drop us a comment and help us grow. And as always, if you like what you hear, you can buy us a coffee using the link in our bio. And make sure to join our mailing list so that you get all the freebies we send your way. And that is also in our bio.
Yes. Please support.
Yeah.
So I first noticed how emotional I was being when everything turned into me crying every single day. It was definitely more up than usual, down, up, down, usual. And menopause isn't just about the hot flashes it's about everything shifting inside you, inside and out. And it's a signal to notice yourself, your patterns, creativity, and the dreams you put on hold,
Right.
which I did not know.
Yeah. Life is trying to wake you up, right? Step into parts of yourself that you've been holding back or had to put on the sidelines because of children, family, whatever, right?
Yep.
So that's the second act, right?
I love that.
A moment to fully show up with no sorries. And fun fact, over 40% of women start a new hobby or business or creative project during menopause.
I absolutely love this because I have done that.
Yeah.
They launch small businesses, they go traveling, they break up with their partners.
Yes, a lot.
Yes.
A lot.
They make new friends. They travel solo. I've definitely done my share of fun stuff
Yeah.
during this menopausal awakening.
Discovering passions and hobbies. Again, a lot of times I think as women, we put our own wants, needs, desires to the side once we start raising a family. And so when that family, we were just talking about this
Yep.
for you, Jen, you've done, because you're kind of going through that reinvention, but you've done the majority of the child raising for your child because she's in high school now. So she's closer to moving out than she is staying home.
Well, we hope.
She
We'll
will
see.
be. But you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
no,
she's
I know.
3 years away from graduating high school and potentially going off to college.
Right.
So it frees up some of the bandwidth in your mind, which can open up the doors to creativity and to re-explore passions and things that you just had to put on the back burner.
Right. And it's very scary, but it's very exciting. I engage in music. I love music
You've
now.
discovered,
I've done a few.
She's a raver.
Right? EDM is my favorite. I love John Summit. And it's brings me joy. I mean, it really does. And I never thought, I always thought, something kind of bad about that music. Or what about you? What did you feel like when it first hit you?
Because it was so long ago. I felt freedom. And that is the first word that comes to my mind then and now. I felt I don't and it's not even like I wasn't I wasn't in a relationship, and I hadn't been in a long enough relationship,
Right.
and I never really talked about wanting to have kids, but of course, people would always say, Don't you want kids
Right.
someday?" And blah, blah, blah. So I felt free from that. I felt like nobody can ask me
Right,
that
right, right.
now because I cannot,
Right.
right?
Literally, you
The
cannot.
doors have closed.
Right,
It's boarded up.
right.
And I thought, "God, what a great feeling." Like, I never have to worry about a guy saying, "But I wanna have kids." "Well, I don't,"
Right.
like, we're past that
Yeah.
now.
Yes.
And I think, I that was, like, my biggest takeaway is is the sense of freedom, because I felt like, in a way, it's really weird, but I feel like I'm finally a woman,
Right.
not
Yeah.
because I got my period, but because they are no more.
Right. It's very freeing.
You don't have to plan around that anymore.
I didn't know how much menopause, except that it happens when you get older.
Yeah.
I asked my mom about it, and I said, "What was your experience like?" And she's like, "Fine, no big deal." So I didn't get much.
Information, right, and I'm kinda the same way, but I remember if my mom were alive today, I don't know, she might say the same thing, because she's the same generation, she might say the same thing, "Oh, no
Right.
big deal."
Yeah.
Um, but I remember how I felt, and I remember my take on what was happening, so I'm gonna ask you before I answer, do you remember her behavior or whatever's, like, changing? Did you feel, like, different vibes or energy from her when it was happening? Did you know it was happening?
Well, number 1, I didn't know it was happening because it was never discussed.
Okay.
So and I don't think I really noticed anything different because I don't know when it started, and I wasn't at home.
Yeah.
So but she
Oh,
never
so you
mentioned
were
it.
out of the house by the time.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I was in high school when my mom went through
Oh.
it.
Was she young?
No, she was older. I mean, my mom had me when she was, like, 35 or something.
Okay, okay.
So, but I remember my brother and I waking up to Arctic wind in our house because my mom had literally every opening in that house wide open because she was hot, right? So,
Yes.
we'd have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to school, it'd be like 50 degrees in
Right,
our
right, right.
house, right? And I didn't know what that was, I just thought my mom was hot, and then, yeah, I heard people refer to it as the change of life
Oh,
because that's what we used to call it
I
when
don't
we
like that.
really demeaned
Right.
women,
Yeah.
right? Um,
I don't like that.
I don't either, so I'm glad we don't use it, but that's what I was told was happening and with no context or
No questions,
explanation.
no answer, nothing.
And I knew that my mom was particularly irritable, and she was a very light-hearted, funny, jovial human all of the time. So, for her personality to change, that really stood out for me. And the one thing that really sealed it for me is that one day, my dad didn't come home from work, and he didn't come home for 3 days
What?
because he couldn't take it.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it was not
So there
great.
was something going on between them that I was not privy to that was even more of a shift in
Oh, wow.
personality.
Wow.
But then he came back,
Okay,
but it
well, at
was
least he
funny
came back.
because nobody ever spoke of that either. Like,
Yeah.
my mom didn't think he was dead on the highway, she wasn't calling the police. Like, he must have communicated to
Right.
her, "Hey,
Yeah, something
I
behind.
need a break from
Right.
this."
Well, it could get dicey,
Yeah,
and it
yeah. But you saw something that really moved you when you were preparing for this, as life will do. Will
yes,
put a coinky dink in
right?
front of you.
You always say that.
I know. Well, it's true.
So, I went to this art show in LA. I went to go see a friend's sister who was in town, and it's something I don't normally do, but I kept I was just walking around taking it in, and I saw this these sculptures that looked like women parts,
Mhm.
but had a story in the piece.
Mhm.
And I was, like, totally taken back because I was like, "Wait, is this a vagina?" Or I was a little I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
What am I looking at?
Right, and it was this beautiful art, and this woman is showing how menopause feels and
Yeah.
how it affects you and in the world, and it was really beautiful.
Yeah.
It was really beautiful.
She's still showing there, or was that
No, that was like
okay?
a one-time
Yeah.
thing, but I will find her information, and I will, because it really, I felt like a little less alone,
Yeah, I get it.
and it
I
was
get it.
kind of, like, fun to see art
Mhm.
like that.
You were being represented.
Exactly. Menopause is intense. Anxiety, grief, frustration, sometimes all at the same time,
Mhm.
right? Same day,
Mhm.
and emotions could be ignored for years and may kind of come up, resurface.
Yeah.
Everything is heightened, I feel like.
Mm.
Boundaries get sharper. Some days feel like riding a wave, others are exciting and exhausting.
Yeah.
It's definitely a wave I'm on.
Yeah. A bit of a roller coaster. I
Yes.
see it as a like a never-ending roller coaster that I want to vomit from.
Right? Well, I
But
think it does end.
it has for me. I mean, they say it never goes away, but I don't
Oh,
have any of the symptoms, and I've been far removed from the beginning of my menopause. So
right.
I'm 15 or
Okay.
maybe years or more.
So it's a different perspective because
You're in it.
I'm
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah. It does get better. It
It
does. I mean, it does.
okay, thank
I
you.
think, you talked
Please.
about, grief. You talked about the grief and frustration, and I think we should talk about that for a second
Yes.
because in as much as I felt freedom, I almost feel like that's the opposite of grieving your youth, kinda
Right.
thing. It's like, "Okay, I'm getting to the end of the line with being able to bear children," or it's happening while simultaneously your child is preparing to go away to college and you're gonna be an empty nester,
Right. Right.
or you and your spouse are deciding to uncouple.
Right.
There could be a lot of
Other thing.
different
Right.
er some every day, but some once in a lifetime types of feelings,
Right.
for lack of a better word, that can turn into grief.
Yes.
And under that, everything gets a little bit more heightened,
I
because your hormones are going crazy.
yes, and
So, it's not your fault,
right.
but I think that that can cause the hypersensitivity to even the good stuff, like over crying over an Instagram post
Right.
about somebody's baby,
Right.
and then it goes back into grief. "I can't have
Right,
baby."
right, 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 right. It's like, for me, the grief, I think that I'm just going into a later part of my years, and it's like just a different energy, a different, I don't know the
It's
word.
a chapter. It's a
Yeah,
definitely a
yes,
new
and I
chapter.
think for me, I think that is where the grieving, because I don't love change,
Oh, okay.
and I all these changes are happening in my life, and, it's
And some of those are good and some of them are not so good.
right,
So,
exactly.
but they're all inevitable and you can't make them stop,
No,
these particular ones. But, um, I think it is important to acknowledge grief, but I will say this again, having been on the other side of it for so long, I'm in the best era of my life. I really I feel like I own me. Like,
right,
I know who I am
right,
fully, like, there are no mysteries for me
right.
about me,
That's great though.
and that's also freedom,
Right.
It's like
100% to know yourself.
because I don't care. I don't care if you like me, It's like all of that competing
Oh,
other
that's
people for whatever,
no. That's
and the
too
judging myself next to other people, like, that just falls away the freer and the older I get. So, I get closer to the grave than the
right, right,
cradle,
right,
right?
right,
Because trust me, I live alone. I think I don't worry, but it's in my
right,
awareness,
right.
Um, we just had a conversation about keeping your phone by your bed, and my friend doesn't do it. She doesn't keep it in her room, and I said, "You live alone. You need to have your phone in
Well,
your room."
I put it next to my bed,
Yeah.
just in case there's an emergency because we don't have a landline.
Yeah. Well, nobody does.
Right.
But anyway,
And there's good sides to don't get me wrong, there's good sides
yeah,
sides to
I'm
menopause.
living proof of it.
Right.
Yes.
No, I know you are. So, there's been a lot of positives.
Yeah.
It's not all negative, but it
Yeah.
definitely kind of
You didn't see it coming up
I
on
did
you.
not.
Yeah.
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah.
And, a fun fact, men experience andropause,
And that is?
gradually testosterone
Mhm.
decline affecting mood and energy and libido.
Gentlemen. What?
Yes. So that is a fun fact about men experience it too. And I don't know if a lot of people I came across this when I was researching and I'm like, "Oh my god, I don't think I've never heard of that."
So this isn't that, but I do have a question about men and your man in particular. Like, how does he respond to your waves, your your ocean of emotions?
Um,
How is he coping? Because men are a part of this if you're
no,
in a partnership with one.
it's definitely it's not something he enjoys. Um because I've been really up and down emotionally and I sometimes take it out on the family
Mhm.
and that's not fair. I need to have another outlet. And he he knows to just stay away and he'll ask me, he'll be like, "Do you want not to talk right now?
Mhm.
Or do you need a little downtime before, you want to talk?" So he gets it.
Yeah.
He gets
Okay.
it.
Okay. So, as you know, in America, we treat women a particular way, and I this one thing drives me nuts. When we say we are in menopause, it kind of separates the activity of menopause or the phase of it into something that's negative compared to the way we talk about other things. I don't know, it just
No,
it hits wrong, it hits
it's
wrong
in
for
like a
me.
little box, I feel like.
Yeah,
People put it in a
yeah,
little box.
and that you can blame all the world's ills on, well, she's in menopause. People still do that because I feel like there was an era when you could blame everything on the change of life, which, oof,
I hate
but
that.
that's what that was the
I
word.
know, I know, I know.
But in other countries, women have a little bit different experience. And for us, menopause is this big change in our bodies, right? But it's also about the rest of our life and what
Right.
what we do with it, right?
Matters.
And in America, we don't do really great with treating our elders as beings to be revered and to learn from.
Right.
Like, we kinda shove them into
Correct.
facilities and
Uh-huh.
care centers and ignore them as they waste away. So, that doesn't happen everywhere, thank God.
I know,
So, you
right?
might wanna move to Japan if you're older and single right now. But women are valued for their wisdom and their emotional
I love
insight, and
that.
their aging is respected, and their emotions are
They're
honored,
very
right?
respected.
So older women will often take on mentoring and leadership roles and help their women,
I love that.
thrive.
I love
Yeah.
that. I love that.
In Mexico, women tend to take time to focus on themselves and explore new passions, right? Well, I did that too.
Great.
Um,
I'm doing that now.
and they deepen their family connections. If you know a Hispanic family, you know that they are tight. Like,
Very
they're
close.
very, very
Very
close.
close.
I envy that. Like, I grew up with my best friend who was Hispanic, and the way that that family loved on each other always left me going home going, "Mm, mm."
Right.
Yeah. Um, no offense, mom and dad. And women become invisible,
Mhm.
as
Not
you
seen or heard.
yeah, and aging is actually something that you should be afraid of. So see that
Yep.
anxiety that you feel, like,
And it
that's been planted in you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Um, and the medical industry, because it is, right? They look at the hot flashes and the night sweats and give you hormone therapy. That's it. They don't treat the emotional, social, or the potential of you at all. Like,
Right.
they're just taking care of the symptoms and not having the emotional part of it too. So we do have some tips
Yeah.
for your emotional next chapter, your creative era, the reinvention of who you get to choose to be when you're going through this and when you're on the other side of it, like me, and you just feel nothing but freedom.
Right.
But some tips on how to get ready for that. Okay, just
Listen to music and close your eyes for a few minutes. I personally love EDM music. It's such a mood lift.
mhm,
Journaling, writing. Every morning I've been writing lists and ideas down.
mhm.
And I revisit them. So that's a
Good.
good idea. Yes. Yes.
I'm proud of you for
Yes.
that.
I check it off.
Yeah.
I love it. Connecting with other women who share new goals or passions.
Mhm.
There's groups on Facebook and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Gentle movement, stretch, yoga, or walking. It sparks some energy, a little clarity
Get
in
your
your
feet
life.
going.
Yes, exactly. Small creative outlets, doodling, coloring. I started actually coloring.
I did that for a while.
Did you?
I had an
Yeah.
adult coloring.
Yeah. There's
Very calming.
Yep. I
Very
love
zen.
it. And crafting. I love thrifting now. I love going to thrift stores. Take a class or something you've always wanted to learn
Mhm.
or do. I think this is a perfect time. Plan small day trips.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. I love all of those things, and I say pick what's yours, but find find something that helps stimulate, breathe through, receive, because there's something coming through. There's some kind of wisdom, right?
Yep.
Those creative sparks and things like that, if we're not paying attention, they'll come in one door and out the other,
And then you
and
won't get the
we'll
lesson.
miss it. We'll miss it, right? So, music. I love music. I love journaling. I have a whole playlist now on Spotify of just high vibe affirmation songs, and
Oh, I love
I
that.
listen to that in the morning, and I dance around my living room, and it's doing all those things. It's getting my blood going, and it's getting me, my good
Yep.
energy pulsating through my body, and it just puts me in a good mood. And I'm also stretching as I do that.
Exactly.
Yes, what else am I doing
And I'm
that
dancing
that
more.
I doodle? Maybe I can doodle.
Yeah, you could do anything you want.
But I love day trips. I love a day trip.
Yes.
So, those even I've been in the back of my head, I have a singular solo day trip nurturing itself up here. I don't know where it's gonna be or when,
But it's
but
gonna be soon.
yeah, I'm feeling that urge. So,
So we explored the emotional and creative and reinvention side of menopause
mhm,
and how it can spark new passions, new hobbies, such as deeper connection to yourself.
mhm.
That's the most important. But there's another side that many women don't hear about: the physical changes happening behind the scenes.
Some I wish I had known.
Me too.
Mhm.
So, in part two, we're going to dive into what your body is experiencing, the aches, the joint changes, the sleep shifts, and everything else that comes with this stage. We'll also share what's helped us personally, plus practical strategies to support your body and keep moving through it all.
Okay, okay. So until next
Time.
time, I'm Beth,
I'm Jennifer.
and don't forget, like, comment,
And
share, subscribe.
subscribe.
And if you like what you hear and you
Yes.
wanna give us a little love, you can buy us a coffee. Link is in the bio.
Thank you for all your
Stay tuned.
support.
Yes, stay tuned for part 2.
Come on in, there's always room. Pull up a shelf, adjust your mood. We're talking life.